Well, good morning, everybody. Hi. Sorry, I'm a minute late. There was a line at the coffee over in our virtual kitchen. And you don't want to be that person going, excuse me, I need to go up front because I have to get on, right? How you guys doing? Hey, this is Becky from Power Tools with Thread. You are in our Stitchuation room, and this is a Monday through Friday virtual retreat. Let me turn my lights on. Hold on a second. I don't know what my lighting person was doing. There we go. That might help a little bit. Oh, we finally had a break in the temperature late yesterday afternoon. It got cool and breezy. Very, very nice. Very nice. So I hope you had a chance yesterday to check out my interview with Sew Tights. They put me in their spotlight. That was so fun. And, I learned something out of there. I'll get to that in a second. But if you missed it, you guys should know anytime I'm going to be doing something, there'll probably be a giveaway, right? So she gave away a little package. I think it's a 4-pack of the HDs, the little blue, the darker blue Sew Tights HDs. And the lady who won, it was her birthday. It was Charlotte. So that was very exciting to win on her birthday. And they are also going to sponsor the giveaway on our Sunday Live. Hi, Frito. Good morning. I got to stop you guys. Hello. There you are. Yeah, I saw you just got finished with your bone. Daddy gave you a bone, didn't he? Yeah, there you go, sweetheart. Oh, that's only half of one. Here. Yeah, that wasn't enough. There. That's a good girl. What a good dog. She's earning her keep, you guys. Chasing those chickens into the coop at night. Good girl. Well, she kind of just chases them till they drop, and I go pick them up and throw them in the coop. That works too. So they are going to sponsor a giveaway on my Sunday Live. I think it's going to be on the 16th of this month at 4 p.m. Central, and they ship worldwide. So yay, that'll be good to be able to have a giveaway from Sew Tights. That's really nice. But what I learned yesterday out of there was, so like yesterday morning when I was doing the letters for Scarecrow, and I had magnets holding down my my fabric to the mat, to the hoop. So that was just a piece of quilting cotton and just like this, the no-show mesh stabilizer. I was using Sew Tights HDs, those thicker ones, the heavier ones, right? They were too strong. That's why they were grabbing, because I told her like the faceplate on the Luminaire, this needle plate, it's big, right? A lot of needle plates are only like so big. Well, this one's a good 4 inches square. It's a big needle plate. And so you've got to keep those magnets away from there. Midge, the live is on at 4 Central. That's when I do that on Sundays. It's not Sundays. It's the third Sunday of the month at 4 Central. So what Tara had suggested was that I lighten up the magnetism. So HDs are great if you're going to be holding together thicker fabrics like, when you're making a bag. Or I might even use them when I'm putting Happy Halloween together because those pieces like to shift, right? And pins hurt my fingers. So I'm going to give that a shot too. I still have to align those seam lines with pins, but when you're pinning all throughout to hold everything steady, it's much easier on the old hands if you use a magnet. So I'm going to get Sew Tights Originals, and that's this color. I only have one. I need to get more, okay? And these have less magnetism, and these are designed for like a piece of quilting cotton on some stabilizer, and that's it. That's all that's designed. So I'm going to lighten the load a little bit on the magnetism, and hopefully that helps. I've got a whole bunch of these I have like 4 or 5 of these other little bitty, the yellows. These are really lightweight and small. These are for like paper piecing, if not you people that make, those of you who make hexies over a template and you're folding that fabric, the magnets will hold it down on the back while you're getting your stuff together and gluing and all that. So the originals are a little bit stronger, and then the HDs are super strong. And I was using too strong of a magnet yesterday, and that was my problem. So yes, Free Spirit, she is an Australian cattle dog. Yeah. So anyway, learn something new, understand your sewing tools, right? So that's important. But what are you guys up to today? If we have anybody new, please let us know in the chat. If you are new, we have a welcoming committee wandering around somewhere. And as I mentioned, we have a virtual kitchen. If you wander over there, hit the thumbs up button on your way. And I'd appreciate that. That helps out the channel a whole lot. So I had mentioned that in the title of this video and the thumbnail, beginning work on Wander Lane's July mini, right? Because a lot of you like to get them done really early in the month. So, and that the On Wander Lane gives you many choices of doing a mini. Okay. You've got, let's see. So we have the popsicles with the words celebrate. Okay. So you got that one. We have, this pattern. If you're an embroiderer and you're like, what is she doing? This is from, the company is called Art to Heart, and it's owned by a lady by the name of Nancy Halverson. And she has been in the quilting industry for a million years. And she makes these adorable, these patterns. And it's about a neighborhood or a street called Wander Lane. And On Wander Lane has a different pattern set for each month. Okay. And if you get all of the books, and I'll show you all this, each month has several different patterns you can get. I've got a link. I think I have a link below where you can get these. So take a look at this. This is the one for July. Now, this is the 30-inch mini, or this is the 30-inch quilt for On Wander Lane. Isn't that just beautiful? So the center of the quilt is a 12.5-inch finished block. And if you make all of the blocks for each month, there are 12 of them, you can make a beautiful quilt of just the whole On Wander Lane. It's very neat, very, very neat concept. But each month also has a pot holder, a pillow, and a table topper, and a couple of mini quilts. So for a pattern of like $12, you're getting a whole lot of fun here of things you can make. All right. So here are the minis. So like I showed you, celebrate with the popsicles. Okay. Then there is home, and home. Notice the heart. Okay. There's that one. And then there is the mini truck. That's another cute one right there. And then there's a pot holder. I love this. I might make this. I need a set of pot holder. My pot holders are for, they're made out of fall fabric. I might make that pot holder. That's cute. And then the pillow. I love the pillow with the flag coming out of the watermelon. That's adorable. Okay. Just adorable. And then there's your table topper that you can make. Very cute stuff. All right. I've seen a lot of the home on the Facebook group. And I'm looking at that, and I played around with it last night. And for those of you that are thinking about making it and you want to do it the Snapplique method, well, even if you're just going to do it the old-fashioned method, let me help you out. I had to stare at this thing for like 15 minutes to figure out what it was doing. Okay. I'm going to figure out my findings. I figured out my findings, and I'm going to hold them up. You've already been here. Did you forget? You've already been here. No, you've already been here. She forgot. Okay. So the instructions to make that home heart are on page 2. And So this is how my analytical brain thinks. This is how my brain thinks. Cut 1 2-inch square from the blue fabric. Okay, so that would be the top of the heart. Okay, and then it says cut this size from the white fabric, cut this size from the white fabric, cut this size from the red, and cut that size from the red. What my eyes saw was blue. Where's it at on the camera? What my eyes saw was blue, and then to me, so this is A, that should be B, that should be C, and that should be D, and the little point should be E. No, that's not how it works. That's not at all. So this thing is labeled. I labeled it with the letters. If you're making this, put the video on hold. If you're watching on replay, put the video on hold and you can map this out. So A, and then the top is D, the middle is B, the next one is E, and the bottom one is C, because these pieces are labeled A, B, C, D, E in here. You would think, my analytical brain, okay, this is A, then B, then C, then D, then E. That's not how that works. Also, you saw a bunch of numbers on here. So the sizes that they give you a block to cut that is 3.5 inches square. This is entirely too small for cutting it out on the scan and cut. There's not enough extra fabric around the outside for this block to grip to the mat. So I don't think you might be able to get it to work, but it's like 1/4 inch around on these sides and up here at the top. It's just too small. So I figured out the math. So you can have a 4.5 inch block. It's just 1 inch bigger all the way around. See, but that's going to give you enough grip to the mat so that you can cut this out on the scan and cut if you want to do that with the rest of your letters. All right. And here are my measurements. A is a 2.5 inch square. I'll hold this up again. Those are the measurements to make your 4.5 inch square. On the replay, you can stop the video and write these down. Okay. So that's going to give you a large enough square to be able to cut out your heart, and it'll work. Right. Because I was like, So I didn't have the iron on last night. But what you do need to do if you're going to be doing this, the Snapplique method, is I recommend that you press your seams open. Okay. You want to press your seams open. Debbie says she's having trouble getting rid of the understitching for ones you scanned in and followed your directions on the ghost video. A couple of reasons for that. If the stitches from the overlap and the stitches for the piece behind are too close together, there's not enough of a gap of the top fabric over the bottom piece, the software can't remove those. And that's what Enthusiast is good for. And Brilliance Enthusiast, you can delete those stitches that are hanging out from underneath. It could be that you have broken graphics. And if you have Stitch Artist 2, the solution is to take that lower piece and put it into another tab and make it its own embroidery design, its own, whatever your final format is. In my case, it'd be PES. Okay. And then merge that lower piece back in, and that will get rid of the lower stitches. If you have Stitch Artist 3, you probably have broken graphics, and you can go, what is it? Create, outline, and then reconnect outlines in the menus. So a couple of different things to fix that. So I don't know. But I need to share the shirt segment. This is a shop shirt, Killian. This is a shop shirt from Two Chicks Quilting. They've had several. It just says cut the scrap. Cut the scrap from Two Chicks in Ganado, Texas. Yep. There you go. Share the shirt segment. Y'all see the same ones over and over. I don't wear a brand new different shirt every day. So anyway, I wanted to talk about that heart. Oh, I've got something else I want to show you guys. Oh, that's not going to work. Villa Rosa Designs, I got their email today and they've got it's their What's New Wednesday belated. They sent it out today. And they have got a new line. Let me look at it here. It wasn't called Fill in the Blank. What was that? A beautiful new line of not white on white, but it's like gray on white or really light pastel on white fabrics that have come in, and they're just lovely. There it is right there. It's called More Spaced Out. Let me show you. Let me pull up the whole line. I want to show you this. And I love Villa Rosa Designs because they don't charge you shipping, which is crazy. After all of this, I can't believe it. You can order a ton of fabric and there's no shipping. It's crazy. Now, I don't know about overseas, but for US, there's no shipping. Let me show you this line. It's called More Spaced Out right here. I just put spaced in her search box. Look at these light. These are great. So they have what they call a multi. It's all on white fabric, but they have a multi or they have gray, which means most of the design on there is a gray color. So it's very faint. And then this one is gold. The key's gold, but you've got feathers, swirls. It's just such a pretty. See the pictures. If you want to buy the bundles, it looks like it's on a gray fabric, but it's not. It's white fabric, but the More Spaced Out gray 9 fat quarters. Look, you get 9 fat quarters for $29. You guys, that's a deal. Oh my gosh. But what you're getting is either gray, like gray stars, okay? Sugar cubes on gray. But they had one here. Where did I see it? It's a confetti. Where did it go? If I want to get that, if I can find it. Let me go to number 2. Tossed hearts, striped abstract, flying V. It must be on number 1. Where's the confetti one? I probably just went right on past it, unless it's gone. Triangle all over gray. So the point of this, they must be out of it. The point of this is that, oh, here it is. They call it sprinkles. See that? If you are looking for, that's called sprinkles. Okay. So let me stop sharing that. If you're looking for this fabric for On Water Lane, there you go. Now this is blue and green and yellow, and that one is more of a pastel, but you're going to get the same effect. Okay. You're going to get the same effect. And I don't think that's quite as vibrant as this, but those fabrics are fantastic. Whoa, I've got pieces falling. Those pieces are fantastic for backgrounds for quilts if you don't want to use a solid white. So I saw that this morning. I was like, ooh, yay. Okay. Yeah, right, Connie. That's exactly right. She said I had to stop sewing. Do you know how hard it is to find white fabric like that? There you go. Yep, there you go. So you guys need to subscribe to Villa Rosa Designs email list, and then you'll get her email, What's New Wednesday, and you'll get the latest and greatest that they're carrying in that store. And again, no shipping. So finding the right background. And, if you don't know what you're going to be making, get that gray. Get whatever it is with the gray print, and it will work for everything, right? Everything. Because sometimes you just don't want a plain white fabric. Now my chickens are done, and it looks like a plain white, but it's a white on white. So sometimes we're just looking for something a little bit different, right? I think anything with a gray, that really, really faded out gray. I'll show you guys my chickens again. I'm going to spin you around. Spin you around. So the chickens are finished. Okay. And any of that super light gray fabric would have looked amazing in there. The white with the light gray lines. Okay. So yeah, fabric. Candace, you need another website to sign up for, sales on fabric and stuff. She generally doesn't do a sale. She will do markdowns. She doesn't do sales because she's already so inexpensive. That's the same company that makes all of those little 4x6 pattern cards. That's where, she made her claim to fame and then all of that. So that's that company. And I show, I'm a member of that pattern card club, and I show those every month when they come out on Sunday Live. So, yeah, I think they have a show as well. Linda mentioned that, if that's who you're talking about. So she's over in California. I've talked to her on the phone, met her in person several times. Pat Fryer is her name. She owns the company, and she's the sweetest, sweetest lady. Met her at the shows and whatnot. So she's also going to be at Road to California. I will be at Road to California in the Sewing Machines Plus booth. Did I tell you guys that already? Not sure if I did. But Sewing Machines Plus is hosting me at Road to California. So I'm very excited about that. That's a whole week at the end of January in Ontario, California. So for those of you that are in California and you're like, I'm never going to get to see Becky because she never comes to the West Coast, come on down there. That'll be nice. Cynthia, you're going to make those chickens. Awesome. I've got a link below to the kit if you want to, and the pattern. You can get one or the other. That's from Connecting Threads. So, yeah, so that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. Keith is staying home to babysit Frito, or Frito's going to babysit Keith, something like that. But yeah, that'll be good. Road to California. You'll be in the desert close by, Wendy. Awesome. That's great. Yep. So I've never been to that one. Hey, so Yeah Quilting out of Las Vegas is doing a quilt drive for the needy in Alaska. And the drive is going on. They're going to announce it formally on June 15th. And I just got the email this morning. And last year they handed out 333 quilts, and they are looking for more. So if you have quilts, even just one, sitting around in your stash that you don't use, it doesn't have to be bed size. It can be lap size. It can be baby quilts, but it needs to be finished. Okay. A finished quilt, binding and everything. You can label it if you want, but there are so many in Alaska that need quilts, new quilts. And if anybody needs a quilt, it's somebody in Alaska, right? I think his email said that their temps can go from anywhere in the winter, from November to March, is anywhere from 0 to -30. So if you are so inclined, send your quilt to So Yeah Quilting in Las Vegas, and throw a note in the box that you heard about it from Power Tools with Thread. I would appreciate that. But I'm going to be, oh, okay. So I'm going to be mentioning that throughout the drive. It's going to happen, I think, throughout the month of, it's going to be for like 30 days during June and July. Don't worry about exactly any particular date. You can throw it in the mail today, and it will make it there to Alaska. So that's kind of cool. But just wanted to make you aware of that. So I get asked the question all the time, what do you do with all the quilts that you have? That's a great thing to do, right? So I've got a couple sitting around here that don't hold any personal connection to me, and that I've made for whatever reason. And so I'm going to make sure that those Go. I'm going to shoot 2 of them over there. Don't send them to me. Do not send me the quilts. Send them to Yeah Quilting in Las Vegas. The Tippett's brothers. I know you guys watch a lot of them on their lives and whatnot. All right. So I was sitting here going, well, do I need to work on my scarecrow letters more this morning? Okay. Here we go. There we go. So Heidi says her niece lives in Alaska. She's a pharmacist. Takes 4 hours by plane from Anchorage to get to. She said there's a lot of individuals in need. Yeah, there are. Poverty is very prevalent in Alaska. So do I have a link to them? Betsy, I will link to them when I get finished with this video. I will put a link to them and in all of the videos that from now on until the drive is finished. But they like to go and get those to them. I think they actually bought a quilt store up there in Alaska. I think. I know they bought Scrap Apple in St. George, Utah. So you can send it there as well. So there's 3 different quilt stores you can send it to. But the one that's in, I should have thought about that. I knew. Yeah, I will. I'll make sure that there's a link to them. And those of you that have more quilts than you can give away before you go to your grave, do good works with those, okay? Because you don't want them to end up in an estate sale, and then who knows, right? You know, who knows? Let's do something good and send them to the folks in Alaska who need them. Okay. And I'm not being morbid. Google tells me my audience is 60 plus. We all think about these things now. What am I going to do with all this stuff when I'm gone, right? Before they put me in a home, what am I going to do with all this stuff? Wendy says her family has said, stop giving me quilts. No, they have all they need. So now she does charity quilts. If you got a charity in your area, absolutely, you know, donate to those. But if you don't know where to do that, it's not that much in shipping, and it's good. It's a good thing. Do good things, right? Okay. So I think I'm going to go ahead and cut out some more letters because I already have Heat and Bond Light on the back for Scarecrow for these. I started these yesterday. So I'm going to go ahead and get that started. Do that this morning. Yesterday when I finished, you guys were like, make another one. Let me get everything off my scan and cut cabinet here and turn this. Oh man, I've been drinking out of my spare coffee mug. This morning I was using the one from Glory. It says just me and about 500 of my quilty friends. I love this. So I was using this one this morning for the show. And right before we started, I got an extra one because I'll run out. And I've been drinking from the extra one. But that Contigo stays hot, hot, hot. Oh my gosh. All right. And Krista says she found a journal. I'm dead, now what? You can list where you want your possessions to go. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, good luck with that. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's get this turned on. So, oh yeah, I've got to get my brain going. You guys, I mentioned yesterday that I had not slept at all the night before. Not at all. Like I fell asleep at 5 and the alarm went off at 6. Well, last night I went to bed at 9 and the alarm got me up at 6 and my brain's not fully engaged yet. So I'm going to go to, Brother Canvas, and I'm going to download the next 3 letters or 4, probably 3. No quilting concepts. You do not have to trace those shapes. Nope. Okay. You can scan. I always try the easiest way first. Scan in the shapes first and see if you can get a good scan. And if it's not really good, can you fix it with the shapes that are already in Canvas? All right, let me present this to you guys. Share screen. And let's go there. So yesterday we did SCA. Let me go into my projects. And here are my letters. I'm going to go into edit. And today we'll do the R, the E, and the O. So I'm going to highlight SCA and hit delete on my keyboard. And these two are not needed at all. Probably going to have to do a separate cut for that W, I imagine. Let me see. Let me see. Let me go to project and let's change this to a 12-inch mat. Well, it doesn't matter. I need extra space around the letters for the fabric. So it doesn't matter. So I think I'm only going to, that W is really big, you guys. Okay. So I'm just going to download these. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. That's not right. Is it? No. SCARE. And then I need the C again and the R again. So the next three letters are the, that's not right. Let me go to new. Hold on, let me, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Does that work? It said, wait a minute, woman. I'm going to go to my projects. Let me go back to my letters. Okay. And project and 12 by 24. Okay. So we did SCARE. And then C. I'm trying to think how to spell scare. We did SCA. I need RE and then C for crow. So I'm going to do REC. That's what I'm doing. All right. Delete that. And all of these. There. I can do 3 letters at a time in my hoop. That's how many I can, or in my, on my hoop. That's how many I can get at a time. Now I can download it. See how easy it is to fix a boo-boo? No problem. And I'm going to download, scan and cut transfer. Okay. And that's done. Excellent. Yeah, I know what I'm doing, y'all. Absolutely. And when you send something down from Canvas, I say down. Y'all, I call it the cloud. I get a lot of questions. Which cloud should I use? So all a cloud is somebody else's computer. That's all it is. Okay. And what, instead of you doing it on your local machine, hi baby. No more. You've already had yours. Instead of you doing it on your local machine, you're just using the computer at Brother Canvas. That's all you're doing is on theirs. So that's all a cloud is somebody else's computer. So when you send it down from Brother Canvas, the last thing that you sent down is what you can pull up when you go to retrieve data. So don't think you can send down a whole bunch of things at one time. You'll only see the last thing that you sent. Okay. So, all right, let me touch that and get it woke up. There we go. And I'm going to touch the button for retrieve data. Get you in here so I can see, you can see what I'm doing. This is the Brother SDX 325. Okay. So I'm going to retrieve data. And where are you going to get it from? Inside the machine or the cloud or a USB, or you might be cabled to your computer. I'm going to get it from the cloud. That's Brother's computer. So they hold on to it for me, which is nice. I don't have to manage all that. All right. So this is it's on a 24-inch mat. So the reason you see the gray down here and arrow, and that's blank, I'm going to try to cut this on a 12, I guess. Let me go back. So I'm going to change it. If you touch the wrench and it says cut area, why does it think it has? Well, that's okay. Oh, I know the problem. I know the problem. Oh, I sent it down on a 24-inch mat. Uh-oh. I separated my E. Let me go. Well, I could try to get that back exactly right. I don't know if I'll be successful. All right. So I made a boo-boo there. How do I fix all that? Okay. My E was not grouped. So I'm going to go back to home. Okay to delete all patterns. Okay. Let me retrieve data again. And from the cloud. Now it's right. So the first thing I want to do is get rid of that. I'm going to tell it 12 by 24 and tell it okay. And that'll get rid of my little problem. Now I need to group. The easiest thing to do is go back into Canvas and group it up there and send it back down. Okay. That's the easiest thing to do. But, yeah, matter of fact, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Because trying to get those two grouped is such, so you can take this and then you can group. I'm going to show you how difficult this is. Let me go back. Object edit. This is the group button right here. And I want to group part of the mat. You can group part of the mat or all of the mat. And I want to group. That might be easiest. No, see? And group. Did I want to do that? Let me tell it okay and see what happens. No. Grouping and ungrouping at the mat is a pain, you guys. Very much difficult. So let me show you how to fix that. I'm going to save myself a lot of grief. So the easiest way to do this is just to highlight both of these, right click, group. Okay. And also, since I'm only going to cut 3, let me get that straightened up. Okay. I'm going to go to project on a 12 by 12. Oh, I might have to cut that this way. That R is on a green stripe too. It matters which way that fabric goes. Now let's download it. Notice I'm not saving, okay? I'm not saving. Okay, good. So when you're working on your ScanNCut, these are things you can get into and you're looking, and you'll be like, oh, she never covered that. I don't know how to, now I'm lost. What do I do? Sometimes it's just easier to fix your source file. That's the way you do that. Fix your source file first. So let me retrieve data now from the cloud. It's going to, there it is. And now it's right. And I don't have that black box anymore because I told it. So let me go back here and tell it my cut area is 12 by 12 and tell it okay. And tell it okay. There we go. This is what happens, you guys. You'll start fiddling around with this. And when you see me doing stuff in the videos that I've made, a lot of times that's been practiced and I made boo-boos and maybe I didn't show it. And I'm trying to, I'm trying to edit and get it out like in all of those Happy Halloween pre-edited, pre-recorded videos. So you're not seeing what went wrong. I like it when this kind of stuff happens because I can explain what went wrong, how to fix it, right? All is not lost. As long as it's in the cloud, you can always go back and play with it, right? All right. So I need to get my 12-inch cutting mat back out. Okay. And which color goes with which letter? So we cut SCA yesterday. The R is the green stripe. And that is going to be down here. I'm looking on the screen to see where to approximately put my fabric. So my green goes down here. And the E is the red. And that goes up here. Okay. And the C is the brown. Is that brown or purple? I think it might be the purple. Yeah, this C is purple. The C yesterday was brown. So I'll put my purple up here, just like that. Excellent. All righty. And on the SDX mats, there's an arrow at the top to tell you which way to put the mat in. On the CM models, it doesn't matter. They're bidirectional. I'm going to put this in, load the mat. Okay. We'll zoom you back in here. You can see the screen. Okay. So let me bring you up just a little bit. All right. So this is the scan the mat button. That's where the Scan and Cut makes its money right there. So I'm going to touch that and it's going to pull the mat in and take a picture of what it sees. Okay. My room is dark today. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why. That's really strange. I got all my lights on. I don't know what's going on. Okay, back in we go. There we go. This is it. This looks great. All right, bring it up. I like all that very much. I'm not going to center this because right up here there is a selvage. So I'm just going to tell it okay. And select and cut and start. Okay. Oh, that must have been the lighting issue because that light on the door back there. So yesterday we finished, or I got SCA done. See how nice that turned out? That turned out great. Love it. Now I used a no-show mesh and then I trimmed it away close to the letters. It doesn't have to be exact, but that's what I did to trim away. It doesn't change the hand of your quilt block at all. So it's very nice, right? Just trim away that stabilizer. You don't need it. All done. I wouldn't be done with the first letter with scissors. Okay. This is why. Oh, and I showed you guys the S yesterday. If you stuck around, let me show you the quality. Okay. Let me get in here real close. I want to show you the quality of the stitching. At the end, we ended a little late yesterday. Let me get in really close. Look at that. See how perfect that is? I couldn't do it that well on a domestic. And that's what you get when you do Snapplique. Look at that. There's the A. Isn't that nice? So, Connie wants to know if I told it to do inside outside. Connie, that's on the scan itself, not on the cut. It saw the hole in the E. Yeah. So That's on the scan. And when I scanned it, I did tell it. Well, no, I didn't need to. I didn't need to. Yeah, I didn't need to because the inside of all of the letters in the Lori Holt simple shapes are a shape themselves. So I just had to take that E shape and the center of the E and put it inside the E, and it just worked. So, and then if you weren't here yesterday, this is not one long piece of fabric. The pattern has each letter on a separate piece. And so they are separate pieces of fabric. Okay. So I stitched all of the backgrounds together first. And over here, so I took like markers and I made, that's the block for the W. That's how big that is. Okay. So each one had a letter on the back so I could tell what was what. And then up here in the margin, I don't know if you can see it. I put little letters in the margins way up there on the seam allowance. So I know what letter goes in which block. And then each block also has a crosshair in the center. I folded the block before I stitched it together into quarters, and then I made a crosshair on the crease that I made. So each one has a center, and that's where the center, that's where the letter gets centered in the embroidery machine. And that's how it all comes out and it all works. So, okay. So let's check out our cuts, shall we? Yeah, you never have to tell it to cut inside outside. You just have to tell it to scan inside outside. And that's scanning the pattern, not scanning the fabric. There's my R. That's perfect. There's my little E. Let me get this one. There's the C. And I'll use my weeding tool and get that. Perfect. Yay! It's perfect. They're perfect. Yay! Tell it okay. Eject the mat and turn that off. Oh my gosh, this makes me happy, you guys. Ah, love it. Look how perfect they are. Yay. What a nice way to start my day. Okay, I'm going to leave those on there so I don't lose them like yesterday. Okay. I need room to work. Ugh. I am turning around my little cabinet for my scan and cut here. And let me put this up. Okay. I need workspace. If you guys want a cabinet like this and you have a Bob the Builder in your life, you can go to my blog, powertoolswiththread.com, and in the search box, type in the word cabinet. And there is a blog post in there. There's no plans, but it gives measurements for all of this cabinet to put it together. Okay. All right. This is totally custom and I love it. So let's see. I need 1, 2, 3 blocks. All right, so I'm going to take my 3 blocks and I'm just going to fold them in half and find center and kind of lay this. Is this the right direction? It doesn't matter. Yeah. I'm going to lay this. I've got marks on my hoop that I did with a Sharpie for center. You can use a dime hoop mat that's got those big crosshair, directional crosshairs so you can see. But I'm just eyeballing this. It doesn't matter because I have the ability in my embroidery machine to move things around. Okay. So I'm just going to put that center and then lay that open. And there are the 3 blocks that I can do in this hooping. So this is how you do multiple hoopings for large blocks. Okay. I've got pins. And this is where I was going to say I would use my sew tights, but the one I would need would be the sew tights original. And guys, if you want to get sew tights, like if you're a long armor, they change your world. But so what I do is I just slide this under. I just want to hold this down out of the embroidery field. Okay, so I just put that right there like that. And that's how I do that. And then a lot of times I'll use my magnets to hold it nice and taut. Like, what did I do with them from yesterday? And then I'll pin and then remove the magnets. Let me put these back where I know where they are. So this is another way I use sew tights. It's hard sometimes to get a nice taut when you're floating like this. So just set that there, okay, and smooth it taut, and then hold it. And this is going to give you a really nice, let me see here. There. Okay. And one more. They're just extra fingers, and that's what I like about these. Let me see. What did I do with it? Where is it? Right there. Smooth it out. Smooth and taut. Okay. Now it's nice and smooth, okay? It's not going to go anywhere because when you're floating in the hoop, you've got to get under there, you know, to put pins, and it shifts, right? Well, this prevents that. So now I'm going to take pins and I'm going to pin completely out of the sewing field. But my pinning is going to be nice and smooth and taut. And that's what I'm after. Because you got to get under and come back up. And it's hard in the hoop. And I'm pinning on the seams of the blocks. Okay. Y'all, this fabric would be all over the place if the magnets weren't holding it. All right. Good. And now I can remove the sew tights. I twist them. There we go. Watching the sausage getting made, you guys. Look how nice of a hooping that is for floating. Nice and smooth, okay? That's only because of those magnets. So I've got a link below. You can get 15% off with my coupon code. All right. No magnets on the needle plate. That's right. That's right. Okay. I'm going to put my hoop in here. We're not ready to embroider yet. I haven't turned them into an embroidery design. That's the next step. But we're real close to being done. So let's see. You use 505. You can do that too, Carol. Yeah, that works. Absolutely. So you guys, the sun is so bright. It's making me dark here. That sun in that window. Cindy says her sewing room is a disaster. 1 3-foot spot at a time, my friend. That's how you do that. When you're in a disaster, that's how I do it. 1 spot at a time. And I start in a corner, I just work my way around the room. 1 3-foot spot at a time. You ordered 8 of those books today. Good. That's awesome, Carol. You'll enjoy that. Yeah. Well, you're welcome, Tina. She said, thanks for all you teach us. You guys, I'm not really teaching this. This is just my process. This is just how I do it. This is how I go through my day when I'm doing my things. You know, I'm always thinking about, I want this to look really nice. How can I get it to do that? And the process that I'm doing is such a it's so new, right? Trixie lost it, Bob and Chicken. That's too bad. Happens to the best of us, my friend. Yep. I need to go through that right there. That Alex drawer set. I still need to go through that. It's been a year since I started going through. It's tough in a sewing room, you guys. Very tough. Easiest thing is, get rid of all the trash. It's the biggest thing. And do it, if you ever watch any of those minimal channels or those Clutterbug thing, get a black trash bag. And it's okay to throw away scraps. It's okay. But if that's too difficult for you, then don't do it. So I had this little scrap. These get used in these. This is from On Wander Lane's fabric. These get used. Little bitty things. You never know. So I'm holding on to that. All right. But yeah, scraps are too hard. So you can't find the thumbs up. It's right underneath the video. And if you're looking on, if you're on a phone or a tablet, it might be hard to find. Sometimes there's the description box and it'll say the title of the video and then it'll say more ... You click that and then it opens it up and then you can find it. I don't know. Depends on what you're watching it on. Well, you guys, our hour is up. Thank you so much for spending your time with me and starting your day with me or finishing your day with me. Please give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you'd like to spend more time together. You never know what we're going to do here. So great visiting with you guys. And I will see you in the morning. Come on back tomorrow. We'll do a little giveaway, okay? I'll talk to you soon. You guys go sew something. Bye.